Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
This is the Field of 68 After Dark on this Wednesday night, January 24th, 2024, and we are wasting no time in delivering the goods. I'm John Fanta, Rob Dauster, and Matt McCall are here. But before we get to those fellas, we're going to go down to Tuscaloosa to open the show because this was the most dramatic, the most electrifying atmosphere of the night in college hoops. Final score, Alabama 79, number 8 Auburn 75. Nate Oats is the head coach of the Crimson Tide. He joins us to tip off the show. Nate, what a win. What's your biggest takeaway from this victory over the Auburn Tigers?
We had some guys show some toughness today. We'd been lacking a little bit of toughness, I thought. I thought Grant Nelson stepped up, particularly in the second half. Rylan Griffin was great off the bench. We may keep bringing him off the bench. He can bring some pop like that off the bench. But, I thought Jaron Stevenson as a freshman showed a ton of toughness. So we haven't competed enough. We've got a really talented group. We're number one offense in the country on KenPom, but we get in these tight games and we don't compete hard enough. So thought we showed some competitiveness, some toughness. We didn't have a very good start to the game. We had an awful start to the second half, and then we still were able to fight through the adversity and figure out how to get a win against a pretty good team.
Nate, you kind of went after your guys a little bit with the toughness comments. And the thing that really stood out to me about that is when you have this new roster, sometimes it can be a little bit risky if you don't really have that relationship with your guys, if you kind of call them out. So what kind of led you to that? And were you worried at all that this might be something that wouldn't work?
Yeah, with today's kids and the culture today, you got to be careful with. But if we don't get any tougher, we're not going to be any good. So I usually keep it pretty real to the point where I get in trouble sometimes. But I'm gonna love my guys. I'm gonna try to pump them up, but I'm gonna keep it real. Like we were not tough enough. I thought we showed it at Mississippi State, got a big win on the road. We showed it tonight. We were awful with it against Tennessee, and we weren't very good with it in the non-conference either. Four or five non-conference wins, we were up at least 6 points with at least a 75% chance to win at some point in the second half. And we were up 9 on Purdue, up 6 on Arizona, and we're just not tough enough and don't compete hard enough to close it out, get the stops you need, take care of the ball. So I'm going to keep challenging them until some of our guys stepped up today, and some of them still got to get tougher and compete harder.
Coach, Ohio State, Clemson, Purdue, Creighton, Arizona, all in the non-league. How, with where you guys are at right now in terms of the SEC, and I know we're just getting towards the end of January, just your non-league schedule and scheduling in general, how much do you think that prepared you for where you guys sit right now in terms of the SEC?
It definitely prepared us because if we had to go through it and figure out that we need to get some toughness. If you're figuring it out right now because you play a soft schedule in the non-conference, we're not. What are we, 5-1 right now? What are we, 5-1 in the league? Yeah, we wouldn't be tied for first in the league after 6 games if you didn't get exposed in the non-conference. And I didn't plan on losing all those games. That schedule looked really good when we made it in the summer. Didn't look so good after 3 straight losses, but I do think it makes you better. If you lose them, you get exposed. You figure out how to get better. If you win them, it helps your seeding and all that. So, I'm going to keep scheduling tough. Our guys got to answer the bell.
Nate, Mark Sears tonight, 22 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. And he just continues to be that guy for this team and for your team. You brought him in from Ohio heading into last year. Since you brought in Mark Sears to right now, how has he evolved as a player and how enjoyable is it to coach him?
Look, first off, he's playing much harder. I think he was always a talented scorer. He's figuring out how hard you have to play to win at this level, and he's playing a lot harder. 2 is he's a much better decision maker and pick and rolls. He's a point guard now. He came in really as a scoring 2 guard, and we've got him really good at handling the ball, playing in a lot of pick and rolls, making the right reads. And he's competing more. I mean, he was always a competitor. He hated losing, but he's one that was able to score it so well that he would compete really hard on the offensive end and not always on the defensive end. I think he's a competitor throughout the whole game on both sides of the ball to where, I mean, he wasn't going to let us lose tonight.
Nate, I'm coming down for the Texas A&M game. We're getting in on Friday. Can you get me a room at the Alamite? It's for $750 a night. Can you help me out with that?
That's Nick Saban's hotel. So I'm going to call Nick up and just tell Rob Dauster's coming. He'll know exactly who you are, I'm sure. And I'd be like, can you comp him a room? Like $750 a night. That's like a football weekend here. Like they're like, I don't know, $3,000 a night on football weekends. That's crazy. I don't know what. We'll figure your room out. Well, you can come stay at my place if it's $750 a night.
Coach, Coach, I live in a small town now down in South Florida near Jupiter, and no lie, last week I was out to dinner with my wife, and Coach Saban came in the restaurant, and he waited 30 minutes on a table, and he was smiling. He's enjoying retirement. He was enjoying retirement. I can promise you that.
Listen, this transfer portal, I think he definitely got enough money to retire nicely down there in Jupiter. He's got a nice spot down there. Maybe I'll get an invite down there.
See, Nate, you could tell Coach Saban that Dauster's coming down, but could you tell Coach Saban to help out Jeff Goodman if he ever needed a room in that hotel?
I'm gonna mention the two names to Coach Saban and just see what he says. Like, hey, these guys are coming in. They need a hotel. He's a part owner. I don't know what percent. I don't know how much. I'm sure he doesn't have anything to do with anything. But I'm sure he'll just, done. Call him. Why is it $750 a night? The Texas A&M game's that big of a game here, huh? It's good.
Apparently,
basketball's big here tonight,
man.
Basketball's big. Is that a weekend game or a weekday?
It's a Saturday game, man. It's a Saturday game. It's because we're coming to the town. The people know that we're going to be there. That's what it is.
Yeah,
man.
It's a big event. It's not a tennis match. It's a big event. Coach Oats, congratulations.
Definitely not a tennis match tonight. Did not sound like a tennis match. So.
No, it did not. Coach Oats, congratulations. We appreciate your time.
Appreciate you guys. Hold on. Where's Goodman, by the way?
He doesn't work. Come on, man.
Nobody knows.
What do you think?
Nobody knows.
Is he down in Charleston? Like he just went to bed? Like I thought this was his. Isn't this
where
kind of his deal?
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Is he in Charleston? Is that where he's at?
He was in Charleston. Yes, he was in Columbia last night at a different SEC game.
He didn't want to come to Tuscaloosa. So it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast time. That's too late for him. He's in bed.
Oh, he's old. Late.
He's old.
He's in bed. He's old.
Wow. So talk about softness. I mean, I can't call your players soft anymore, but I'm going to call a reporter soft. And so we'll see if Goodman's as sensitive as the players are currently. I don't know.
We'll find out.
The transfer portal. I just got the notification. He just entered the transfer portal, so he's going.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Thank you for watching The Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.